I finally found it. I've been really wanting to read this book. I better check to make sure it's not part of a series. Let me just check here. Oh, it is part of a series. But maybe I can read them out of order. Let's see. That's really hard for me too, and I like to read book ones of every series, but maybe I could read this one out of order. Nope. Well, it's a good thing I went to the plasma place and sold blood. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. I hope you're doing well. We are here with another Let Me Know video. This is Let Me Know number 22. Yes, 22 Let Me Know videos. I'm proud of that. But today's topic is, are there just too many series when it comes to books? Is standalones dying? I did some research out there, and it's very hard to find statistics online when it comes to books. A lot of the statistics and rabbit holes you go down are personal statistics that people post online versus trying to find bits and pieces and newer data from places like literacy.gov. And so I did find an overall thought that series are on the increase. Books that are part of a series are definitely increasing as of the last 5 to 10 years. And so some sub questions for you all is, are standalone novels dying? Are readers getting too hung up in these long character arcs and vast series? And this might seem like you, of all people, are asking that question. You read more series than most. And that's true. And I definitely have a leg in this kind of debate, but are authors getting lazy though? Are they getting a pass because they're able to write a story over the course of 5 or 10 or 15 books that some authors try to write in the course of one book? Is it lazy on their part, or are the publishers and marketing companies pushing them to do a series, authors to do a series, because that's what's selling? That's what is on the consumer demand. And so are we creating this problem ourselves as readers? And so those are all really great questions, definitely around the vein of what I'm asking and soliciting your feedback here today. But on the flip side of that coin, I have some arguments to be made for books that are currently standalones I would love to see have a sequel. And so let's roll through these. I would love to see a sequel of Project Hail Mary. I mean, come on. You wouldn't want to see the characters, another story with these characters? I would. I just did a buddy read with Rowdy Player One. We read Sword of Kaigen. There is a lot of plot threads that are still open in this book that are very, very good and would lend itself to a great sequel. A great sequel. Maybe a controversial topic, but I would love to see the premise of this book expanded into a sequel. I think there is a great story to be had here, and it could move into a different timeline. It can move into a different topic, a different person, a different plot, but there's a premise that started here that could make a great sequel. Same for this book, Upgrade by Blake Crouch. When humans are upgraded, it doesn't go away. So what does the person end up doing after the end of this book where wrongs are made right? But what happens with our main character? How does he survive? What does he do after the story? So all 4 of these books would make great sequels, in my opinion. So yeah, you're once again, Kevin's talking out both sides of his mouth and being hypocritical here, but series do offer some great things. They offer more detailed plots. They offer a huge, expansive character arcs for multiple characters. You get more epic scope. You get multiple plot lines, and you get more diverse world building. And so those are all great things. But, is it worth it? And so it begs the question, where do you stand when it comes to series versus standalone? Are you team series, or are you team standalone? As always, let me know. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.